Hi, my name is Jim Burris, and I help people who've tried everything to get rid of their anxiety and more than just those anxious feelings. They deal with derealization, depersonalization, OCD, all the intrusive what if thoughts, the constant risk assessments, agoraphobia, all the different phobia type conditions that sometimes get categorized as something else, but typically fall under the anxiety umbrella. The people I work with have typically tried everything from, prescription medications to CBT, the different talking therapy, different therapies, right? Counseling, talking to people. They've also typically tried a lot of the alternative treatments, acupuncture, supplements, different types of physical activity. And no matter what they do, the anxiety, that feeling like, holy cow, there's like a lion in the room. There's something coming to get me, but there's no logical explanation for it. And today I want to talk to you about, physical exercise and anxiety. I was just watching a video, a very well-meaning video, and they were accurate, but they were saying one of the only cures for anxiety is physical activity. If it does work for you, and you become physically active, and this is not an obviously physical activity is important, like our country, American, like we need more physical activity in our lives. But to just make this blanket statement that physical activity, running, the guy's comment was, well, I just go run up and down this hill to get rid of my anxiety. He probably gets rid of the feeling that he's feeling, but it's not an underlying fear disorder. His autonomic nervous system is probably not needing to be reset. Typical stress in life, anybody that has a busy schedule, they're a mom, they're a dad, the whole work-life balance, that can cause stress and pressure and overwhelm in your life. And I think often that is truly, it's not misdiagnosed, it's misinterpreted as anxiety. And there may be a hint of anxiety. A fear response is normal. We need to have the ability to go into fight or flight. That's just evolution, right? If you were abandoned, a couple hundred years ago, if you were out on the plains in Kansas or Nebraska and, somehow got separated from your tribe or that would be a good reason to have a panic attack, right? To run to catch up with your tribe or whatever the scenario would be. So physical activity in that sense can get you out of the anxiety because it can catch you up with your tribe. In modern society, physical activity is good, but it could actually initially, when you have a legitimate fear disorder, where you're stuck in these constant what-if thoughts and you have other manifestations of derealization, depersonalization, OCD, just the constant panic disorder, like adrenaline dump panic disorders. Oftentimes, heavy, intense exercise initially when you're overcoming a panic disorder can disrupt it. Because you want to restore systemic balance to your body, mentally, physically, chemically, all the things, right? That the chemical, the science that makes up your body. Extreme exercise can interfere with the healing process, if we would call it that. So to just say that physical exercise is the cure for anxiety is really an error, in my opinion. And I know they meant this with the people who are having this conversation never had an anxiety disorder. They've probably helped people or worked with people that had an anxiety disorder, and they got some results. I would question if they were long-term results. If they said, "Hey, I had someone come to me and I told them just to walk 5 miles a day, or to run 3, whatever. It doesn't have to be that extreme." I'm curious if you ask those. I don't want to say patients because they're not patients, but unless they're a medical doctor, right? They could be patients, but the odds are they don't have long-lasting results. They're probably on to the next potion or lotion or magic thing that they see on on, Facebook ads or YouTube ads of, there's these things that tell you to, this thing that you can breathe in. I don't doubt that it works temporarily. I don't doubt it at all. Anything that diverts your attention from those what if thoughts will work temporarily. But unless you go to the root cause, and you essentially have to imagine if there was record play. Again, this is a very elementary explanation. Imagine if in your head there was a record player and it was just stuck on the anxiety record, right? You could go in there and put a different record on, but until you smash that anxiety record, till you get it out of there, it's going to come back. It's going to. I know for a fact, 25 years almost of experience of trying different things, it came back until it didn't, until I followed a specific process that allowed me to essentially, I don't want to say reprogram my mind because that sounds goofy and silly and like Hollywood movie. But once you teach your brain that it's no longer an anxious brain, that it's focused on typically creativity of some kind, whether it's music or art or business or, gardening or knitting. I don't know who you are, what your personality is, your age. If you're a 25-year-old male from like Chicago, you're probably not interested in knitting, But if you're an older person, in your 60s, 70s, that could be a solution to get your attention. And it's not as simple as that, but it's pretty simple. So will anxiety help? Will physical activity, it's beneficial for you no matter what, unless you're injuring yourself while you do it. So yes, that would probably be a good thing to incorporate in your life, whether it's walking or running or lifting weights. But if someone tells you that's the only cure for anxiety, for a real panic disorder, I would give it a try. You don't have anything to lose, right? If you've been suffering with all the, whatever your anxiety manifestation is, right? It's not going to hurt you for physical activity. I would encourage you not to do intense physical activity initially while you're going through a process. But if you've done that and it hasn't worked for you, and you've tried all these other things, you've tried the talking therapies, and again, if it's worked for you, and you can go look yourself in the mirror and say, I have my life back. I no longer freak out the moment I have some weird physical symptom, whether it's a toothache, a back pain, an odd pimple, or and again, you should get all those things checked out. That's the responsible, prudent thing to do. I'm not a doctor, not playing one here on YouTube. You need to be responsible physically for your body and mentally, right? Seek out help from licensed healthcare practitioners. Always. But if you have seeked out help or looked for help and they have not provided you the help, the answers, if you still have anxiety, I remember taking anxiety medication and still having anxiety. I just felt different. I felt just numb and kind of empty, like just, I don't know what the long-term effects of medication are. I'm not anti-medication, but what are the long-term effects of taking anxiety? The April, I can't even say all their names. I haven't taken any in a long time. What I took was Zoloft, and there were a few other ones that I was prescribed when I was younger. It's been a long time, 20, probably, maybe not 20 years, but close to it, since I've taken a prescription medication. Some people do get help. I've met people. I have a friend that says, hey, I had anxiety and this medication helped. I'm happy for them. But if it didn't, there's a way. There's a way. And I'm not saying that the Peaceful Mind Blueprint is the answer for everyone. Not making those claims. I'm just saying it's science that how your body is stuck in a fear response loop. It needs to be, it's just like any other habit that you can retrain your brain to function in a different way, so you don't have those thoughts that keep you stuck at home, that keep you from going to prom, that keep you from going to the doctor. Hello, health anxiety. You get so panicky over my cat's about to walk in front of the screen, the camera there. Hello, Toby. There's an answer out there, and I encourage you to keep looking for it. Even if for some reason, if you tried the Peaceful Mind Blueprint and it didn't work for you, I'll help you keep looking for it. If you apply exactly the Peaceful Mind Blueprint 100% to the T. It's not difficult to do. There's no physical thing that you have to do. And right now, it's March 21st, 2025. I'm offering it for free. I'm going to help people. I'm going to walk you through the process that I use to eliminate anxiety from my life. Not just calm down the voices in my head, not just kind of get rid of health anxiety, kind of get rid of this, or just feel numb. I'm not offering you a potion or a lotion to just cover things up. I'm offering you a solution that has been proven to work. In Europe, there's many doctors that tell patients to do the exact same thing. There's probably doctors in the U.S. I don't know who they are. If there were, I'd love to partner with them because we could help a ton of people. Because it sucks. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be living, essentially feel like you're living in a dull room, like with the lights are off, or you feel I don't know if disassociated is the right word, but derealization, depersonalization. It's some scary stuff. And I don't know what triggered it for you. I don't know. There are things emotionally, right? If you're having family problems, going through a divorce or trauma, PTSD, those are all things that will trigger fear response, an anxiety disorder. And typically the anxiety disorder, once you've gone through the grieving process and or healed from the trauma, it's a word, but I think it's overused. And I think, forgive me here, I think a lot of people use the word trauma as a crutch to continue to hide. To continue to hide from who they really are as a human being and what they're truly capable of. I'm not discounting what you may have went through, whether it was emotional, physical abuse, combat, just violence in the streets, violence in prison. I was in the Marine Corps. I'm a street kid from the inner city of St. Louis. I can probably relate to you on a couple things. But you can't let that hold you back. You've got to have the courage and the willingness to step out and try something new. So no matter what reason you have an anxiety disorder, well, again, OCD, derealization, agoraphobia, whatever the doctors, the qualified medical people have told you it is, they're probably right. But if you're not happy with the solutions they're providing you, I'm here to offer you hope and offer you an opportunity to try the Peaceful Mind Blueprint. I'll walk you through it together. I'm going to do it with you. I'm going to walk you through the exact process. I'm going to tell you my story. I have live weekly coaching calls. You don't have to say your name. You don't have to turn your camera on. You can be totally anonymous. I understand that's important. You don't have to if you want to come on and share your name and tell your story and ask questions. If you just want to email questions, and you don't even have to get on the Zoom calls. I'll help you through email or phone or text. I just genuinely want to help you, and by helping you, I'm doing what I'm here to do. I believe I'm supposed to help people with this. So, if you're interested, go in the description. There's a link below, in the description that it'll send me an email with your contact information, email, phone number, whatever you choose to give me. You don't have to give me your phone number if you don't want to. You don't have to give me your last name. I don't need that. I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in helping you. So if you like this video, if you got some value out of it, please like and share. I'm always making new content to try to help people that are suffering with real anxiety disorders and they're ready to get their life back. You deserve it. you're powerful, you're whole, you're complete, you can be strong, you can be happy, you can wake up and go, man, what do I get to do today? You can go to bed at night so joyful that you don't believe it, right? I'm not saying you're going to like giggle and laugh all night, but you can have a good night's sleep without drugs and without whatever drugs you're doing, without those. Definitely if it's not prescription drugs. You should probably not do those. But if you're taking prescription drugs, talk with your doctor. If you tell him that you're going to try this program, he'll probably, I don't know why he or she wouldn't want you to at least try it. You literally have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Don't stop taking I'm not saying to stop taking any prescription medication, and I'm definitely not saying to stop going to like therapy, but let's talk about the Peaceful Mind Blueprint, and you can see if it's right for you. Again, there's no money that you need to spend ever. I'm ultimately going to charge for the program, and you'll have lifetime access to it for free, all the updates. Because once you get free from anxiety, you're going to have your life back. You might want to go back to, I don't know who you are and what your makeup is. You may want to go back to school. You may have dropped out of school, college or a tech school or a graduate school, whatever. You may have want to start a business. You may be struggling in your career. If you're in sales, man, that's my life. That's what I've been. And had I ended my anxiety, I had a pretty good sales career, but it's always been the ups and downs. Had I ended anxiety and understood how my mind worked and how I could truly create the ideal life for myself outside of an anxiety disorder, I don't even know where I would be today. So my name is Jim Burrows, and I help people when they've given up and they don't know where to turn and they've had enough and they're ready to end anxiety in their life. Click the link below and let's get started.